But first, we're talking about healthy school lunches and snacks just in time to head back to school. Misty Mullins, board-certified pediatric dietitian with Erlanger's Children's Hospital at Erlanger. And first and foremost, I got to say this. I didn't realize that they have pediatric dietitians now. So
Yes,
that's cool in a sense there, too. So helping out the kids. First and foremost, healthy foods. And it is just embedded in our brains. Kids need this, need this, need this, need this.
Yes, sir.
And then lots of times parents come back and say, okay, this is the most impossible thing in the world. How are we going to do this? My kid just wants some nuggets and he's going to be full. But it doesn't have to be that hard. But, you know, we see it over and over again. It is important. Why?
It's very important because as kids are younger, it's easier first to make sure they're eating healthy. So we need to start early in their life to make sure we get this nice nutritional information to them, and so they will start following these guidelines for their entire life and start out.
And before we get into some of the examples that we have up here, we just saw the story on Midday, and the very end of it was talking about, well, I went to McDonald's and I still lost quite a bit of weight here.
Right.
And we're not saying never go and enjoy a Happy Meal, never get a Big Mac here. You can still do some of those things, but what's the advice when it comes to...
Well, I mean, even my own kids love McDonald's. You know, a dietitian does take their kids to McDonald's, but they do have healthier options to choose from. You don't have to choose the hamburgers, things like that. You can get the chicken or apple slices or the yogurt, things like that. So make healthier choices at McDonald's instead of the high fat. And
then one last thing, too, because lots of times kids will get the chips and the sandwiches, the Big Mac or something like that,
yes.
and then we think the misconception of, well, the parents are or kids are so full of energy, they're just going to burn it off, and hey, we're never going to have to worry about this. But that's not always the case either.
No, it's not always the case. Sometimes they're not all full of energy. They like to sit there and play their games and stuff like that, and that's where we get into the obesity problem when they're not burning off the calories. So.
All right, well, we have some options here. Some of it is obviously needs no introduction with your bananas and grapes here, but up in the front here, when we think about some healthy snacks, these are some things that we can send with our little ones. What do we have out here?
Right. I brought some cheese. Cheese is a very good source of protein and calories, but the nice calories. Another thing my kids love is the Greek yogurt because that's a very great source of protein, but you also can get a little bit of fruits in there as well. And I also brought fruit juice. That's one main thing in lunches and snacks.
And the big thing about fruit juice here, too, because we're talking about this, you get fruit juice, and it may say 100% this or that, but, I mean, you really got to look closely, too, because it might have 100% juice, but it could have 100% of sugar and everything else in there, too, so the ingredients are important.
Right.
But these are still very tasty, even if they don't have sugar.
Yes, exactly. You just need to make sure it's 100% fruit juice is the main ingredient. So.
Okay. And what else we have here?
The almonds is also a very great choice for especially snacks. It's easy to carry around, and it does have some calories in it, and nice fats, and a little bit of protein that's going to carry your child on and not make them hungry. So. All
right, so it's fair to ask you, because you mentioned you have little ones too, because the parents, grandparents that are out there watching right now, okay, yes, I've heard it. Try getting my kids to eat this stuff.
Right.
What's some advice here?
It could take almost up to 20 times for a child to like a certain food. So you need to try as many times as you can. You know, as soon as you give them the food and they don't like it, don't give up. Keep trying, and they'll like it eventually.
And when it comes to the obesity problem that we have, it is something that continues to steal the headlines because, for lack of better words, it's growing.
Exactly.
And you know, stress that importance here, that obesity is such a big problem here with our youth.
Yes, obesity is the #1 thing I pretty much see at the hospital. And so that's what we really need to try to get this in the children's lives young, so they can try and follow healthy, healthy tidbits and stuff throughout their life. But also they watch what their parents do. So if the parents are eating kind of unhealthy, the child will tend to eat that way too. So it's a whole family thing. So the whole family needs to try to eat healthy.
All right, last big push here, because lots of times we send the sandwiches, the chips. Lots of times this is looked at as just snacks. What are some of those alternatives, the meat and potatoes of that lunch that maybe we can think about?
Well, we need to have a healthy protein. So we do have luncheon meats, but you can also pick hummus is a great thing that has is high in protein. Cheese, if you get a low-fat cheese, it's great. You can get like a little pita bread instead of, your sandwich, bread slices. Try to do that.
Okay.
And pasta's always a good thing too.
There are options. You can't go wrong with pasta either. There's always options that are out there. It doesn't have to always be the broccoli and the cauliflower that the little ones turn their nose up to. There are plenty of places out there to get some great food and some healthy food as well. All right, folks, all the information, well, you can always go to Erlanger Medical Center. Just go to erlanger.org. It is also Kids Eat Right Month, so you can go to kidseatright.org as well to learn more about some healthy snack options that are out there. Right. Appreciate what you do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks
Your kids are out there in the audience, too.
Oh, yes.
Didn't she do good? All right, they gave us a thumbs up. All right, folks, let's say a big congratulations going out to News 1009's Facebook Friend of the Day. And we want to say thank you to Brenda Jackson in Chattanooga for making News 1009